I want you guys to meet Heather Man, who's also pretending to be some famous Czech musician. I don't know who this is. It's Marek something. I'm not going to try and butcher the name. Got all their details wrong, right? And tried to hit me up as I'm supposed to know who they are. So, hello, came a wave on the 11th of May. I said, who are you? Hey, thanks for accepting my request. I'm glad to meet you here. How long have you been a Facebook Messenger? I didn't accept his request. How are you feeling today, my lovely first-time friend? And when I didn't get back to him immediately, how long have you been my fans? Note the plural. So I let him wait 12 hours. I said, I didn't accept anything. Stop using formats. And what? In response to how are you feeling today, my lovely first-time friend? And in response to how long have you been my fans? I said, I have no idea who you're claiming to be. Never heard of Heather. And then when they didn't respond, I said, why would you assume I'd know who you are? It's super arrogant to assume that. Do you know every person in the world? There are 8 billion people on Earth. So that was it for a couple of days. Then he comes back with, I know, my lovely friend, where are you from and how long have you been my fans? And then vanished for another couple of days. Good morning, he said. To which I said, why are you asking the same question you asked earlier? Don't you read what people write? And he vanished again and came back on Thursday. I'm from Hungary. And you? Completely misspelling Hungary. To which I put in a laughing emoji. And no, Hungary and the Czech Republic are not the same country. Obviously, we know that. So in response to the I know my lovely friend, I said, what? Oh my God, just stop using formats. We both know you aren't anyone famous anywhere. Why are you messaging me and assuming I'm a fan? And in response to I'm from Hungary and you, I said, you're not though, are you? I can tell because you can't even spell the name of the country properly. From your English, I think I know where you're really from, though I don't think I do. This guy I don't think is Nigerian. I said, why are you pretending to be someone marginally famous in like 2 small countries? Now, finally, on Friday, why are you asking me this? Says my scammer. To which I said, why are you pretending to be some local unknown singer? So yesterday, I am just a love friend. Have you been married before or after single? Question mark, question mark. So in response to I am just a love friend, I said, you're a what? And in response to question mark, I said, and it's the middle of the goddamn night here because it was like 1:45 in the morning. Don't ask why I was awake. And then I continued, and you haven't explained why you're pretending to be someone you clearly aren't. So he came back a little bit later. Yes, what about you, my lovely friend? Where are you from? Do not mind. So I said, you still haven't explained why you're using someone else's name and photo. Why should I tell you anything about where when you're not being honest? And in response from his I'm from Hungary and you, I said, and that's not where the singer is from. So you don't even know that much. Why? He came back with, I'm new here on Facebook Messenger. Because that explains everything, apropos of nothing. So I said, apropos of nothing, I'm sure nobody asked. And when he didn't come back, I messaged him this morning. I said, you're still avoiding the fact that you clearly aren't who you're claiming to be. I finally got a response. What about you? I said, what about me? I'm not the one on here pretending to be famous and lying to people, dude. You are. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, doctor. What about you? Said my scammer, or his friend. I said, oh my God, you're still lying. Your whole profile is about pretending to be famous, some singer. You're pathetic. If you can't be honest, go away. So I showed him where he said, how long have you been my fans? And gave him a side eye and frowny. Why are you no my lovely friend? Said my absolutely flabbergasted scammer who couldn't understand why I wasn't swooning over him. To which I said, what? Now you're gibbering like an imbecile. Go away. Where are you from? Says our potato. I said, well, you're telling lie after lie after lie after lie. You don't need to know anything about me. To which I get, why, I love you. I said, because I don't tell scammers anything. No, my lovely friend. And in response to I love you, I said, you have no clients. Good, that makes me happy. That's why you're desperate. No, he said, I love heart emoji. And in response to no, my lovely friend, I said, yes, Mr. Mugu, who uses a fake name, fake picture, and still gets it wrong. Go away, Mugu. And in response to no, I said, knew it. Meaning I knew he had no clients. To which I got this response. You feeling, friend? And in response to I love, I said, nobody cares. And in response to you feeling, friend, I said, you're ridiculous. No, came the response. I said, get a real job. There's no remittance for you here. To which he quite audaciously said, why? To which I said, why won't I send you money? You're actually asking for that. Go and confess to your priest. Now, I had a couple of people in the comments saying, why do I use the word remittance? Because that might be a little bit too complicated. That's actually their term. That's not ours. That's it's usually Yahoo boy, Nigerian scammer, cafe boy, sort of, it's in their vernacular. They use money and getting paid. They call it remittance, the same way victims are called clients. It's a mental justification for what they know is an abysmal and atrocious act that they're doing. So it lends a creed of professionalism to it, I think, in their own mind. So I say that because it usually stops them in their tracks. As you see with my fellow, I haven't spoken to him for a minute. So we'll wait and see for a bit what happens. And while we wait for Hither Man, I just want to give you the chat that came around the Andrew Ridgeley official. I don't think he'll be back now. So I said, may I ask why you're asking to follow me? Hello! I said, may I ask why you're asking to follow me? To which he sent the following video.
Prove to you that I'm doing this video to prove to you that I'm the real Andrew Ridgeley. Okay? This is my only Facebook account.
And then I said again, may I ask why you're asking to follow me? Third time. Are you not a fan of mine? I said, and what do you think do you do? What exactly have you done since George died, apart from terrible AI vids which look as fake as you sound? And in response to, are you not a fan of mine? I said no English person ever. You all give yourselves away by your own accents, can't you tell? And then I added, you still haven't answered why you asked to follow me either, blah, blah, blah. Fifth time, he hasn't been active for half an hour either. So we haven't had anything for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to leave it there. It's a short video. If he comes back, I'll do a part 2. I'm also waiting on some jimmies and things that, were happening. Sorry about the noise. I think we've got a storm coming down here. All right, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Love you all. Bye.